This is going to be a quick video on how to find the right tasks to assign to your students. So first I'm going to go to studyladder.com and sign in. Once I get signed in, you'll see the class here and I'm going to set a task for them, just like I've done before. Now, you'll see the English tasks that I have set up. I actually have only one, and the many math tasks that I have set. I'm going to decide to set another English task. So add a new English task. And this is what the page looks like. You have the search filters box here. But before we go into search filters, if I were to scroll down, you'll see that it starts with yellow reading activities. And then I'll scroll through the yellow into red reading activities. So we've got yellow, red, and then orange, blue, green, and kind of a brown orange, like a burnt orange, and then finally into black. Now it starts with spelling and vocabulary, and it starts in the yellow again. So we went through all these different color codes, and they actually correspond to, if you look in the search filters, they correspond to a grade. Yellow would be kindergarten, red is first grade, grade 2 is orange, grade 3 blue, 4 green, 5 that brown burnt orange color, and 6 is black. So you could decide to scroll through all of them all at once, or you could say, I'm working with an on-level second grade class, so I only need to see the second grade activities, and then it weeds everything else out. Now, you can get even more exact here, and you could say you only want a certain type of activity or material. You could choose only the whiteboard activities or just tutorials. Maybe only the word searches, which, by the way, I've got to tell you, students love the word searches. They are a great activity, a wonderful free time activity. So add some word searches in there. They're very popular. You could do just the interactive play or the interactive activities. So let's say I'm looking for really pretty much anything in the reading for second grade. So I could just scroll down and look at the different activities. Now, reading unit on best friends, 5 activities. So I can click that, and it would actually show me those 5 different activities. There's an interactive activity, and then there's 4 printables to support that activity. Vocabulary enrichment, there's just one activity. So that's an interactive activity. And the next one would be reading unit on gymnastics, 5 activities. They tend to follow a pattern. So you've got the interactive activity and then 4 printables to support that. And you could go through those different printables and decide, do you need all 4 of them? Maybe you only need one. Maybe you're going to do a front and back copy of a worksheet, so you could do a front and a back, and instead of students printing it, you can copy it, run it off on the copier, and save a few dollars worth of ink there. So there's many different things you could do with whatever activities you're looking for. I tend to personally lean towards the interactive activities, the interactive play, tutorials, warm-ups, and things like word searches. You could get even more specific. You could say, I only want, I don't know, let's try grammar activities for grade 2. It weeds out all of the reading, all of the spelling, everything else. And now you only have grammar results. So I could look and say, okay, I would like capital letters second grade lesson. I can set that task. Done. You just saw it pop up there in my set tasks. Now, what happens if you have a second grade that is actually working below level, or maybe they need some review? Well, the first place you should look is in second grade and take a look at these activities and see if they are what your students need. If they're a little too hard for your students, because let's say they are just a little bit below level, then I would change the grade to first grade, keep it on grammar, and now you have first grade level grammar. So you could put both activities in there. First, you put in the first grade activity, and then the second grade activity. So they're enriching themselves on the second grade activity after they've done practice on the first grade activity. So you can add so many different things in here. Even though you have a certain grade level, it doesn't mean that you have to stick to that grade level's activities. Although, in my experience, Study Ladder does a really great job of matching activity difficulty to grade level. And that's it. It is that easy to sort through different tasks. Now, you could also go into the standards aligned system, and that is different for every different country, and it's different for your region. So I'm not going to get into that because it's not universally helpful for people, but you could spend some time in the standards aligned section and actually drill down through there just the way I did here and find just what you need according to the standards for where you're from. So next time you go to set up some activities for your classes, try using the search filters and narrowing it down instead of spending time searching through everything.